Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. This is a Tell the Truth Wednesday. I'm your host, Mike Barrett in Las Vegas, Nevada. Joined today, as I always am on Mondays and Wednesdays. Used to be Fridays, but just Mondays and Wednesdays. The lovely lady with the lustrous hair from Hayden, Idaho, Jennifer Falah. Jen, how are you doing this wonderful Wednesday?
Good. Doing good.
Doing good. Nothing really. Sorry, we're a little bit late. I blame Geno Smith, Seahawks quarterback, because pretty much everything in my life that's not what I want it to be is Geno's fault. So that's where we're at. All right, guys. We got some news today. It's not like we're not going to be able to tell anything from it, but I got some news today. I know Jen did a Thoughts Over Coffee update yesterday. I suppose she'll get us caught up with that. And then we'll take your questions. I have information. I'm not sure how reliable it is. So we're all trying to figure out what's going on, but we will get to that in a minute. Mike Barra 333, I believe, is banned right now. They've got me blocked. They won't let me go live. Fuck you, YouTube. Again, what needs to happen to the YouTube executives and the people that actually do this is almost unspeakable. But I think really we just make an example of a few of them and in the new American Republic, and that'll be the end of that kind of thing. So we did nothing wrong. Jen and I got banned on Monday for our show on Monday. Apparently they don't want us to be talking about the revaluation of the currencies. And, you know, we had a medical misinformation charge because we played an interview with Robert F. Kennedy, who's the incoming Secretary of Housing and Human Services. So YouTube's not the top of my list of people that I really like right now. So this is a situation, I think, while we wait for everybody to get caught up on YouTube, because YouTube does not give, they don't give you a preview now. They don't say upcoming stream anymore through Restream. Something's messed up. So we have to wait for them to come in. It looks like we have a full house over on the Rumble side of things. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. So let's just go through the advertising, get it out of the way, and then we'll go into the show. So please remember that because of censorship like we've experienced recently with YouTube, we have a main site, which is my site, mikebarrett.blogspot.com. It's a simple blog spot. It's got really cool stuff on it, like all of our shows that we do. Last night's Toxically Masculine Tuesday. It's got videos of lectures that I've done. It's got links to all my books. It's got videos I've done analyzing things like the Calvine UFO photo, interviews I've done with people in the UFO community, and stuff like links to the Quantum Summit coming up March 8th and 9th, 2025. Don't forget to get your tickets for that. I'm just going to tell you, it's going to be a really cool event down in Cape Canaveral, Florida, a place I've been to once, and a place that's got probably like where I came from organically. But there's going to be a ton of cool speakers there. Dr. Jad Halper, Crazy Cassidy, Laura, Mark Z, Zester. I'm going to be there. You're going to be able to meet all kinds of cool people. Jaco's going to be there. Hope he doesn't put me in a headlock because of the things I've said about his mustache. And me. So it's going to be a great event, and lots of other people are going to be there too. I think Mel's still adding folks. So get on over to quantumsummit1776.com and you can pick up your tickets. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put that in the chat, and you guys can get over there. And if you're in Florida or in the area, absolutely get over there and get your tickets and show up on March 8th and 9th. It will be cool. Also, please do not forget to get over to the Rumble channel, where we are broadcasting right now without censorship. And you can get in there and like our videos, hit the thumbs up button. We got 94 likes now. We have 1,000 viewers and 94 likes. So hit that, smash that like button, that thumbs up button. Really helps the show get noticed. And in the lower right-hand corner, you can hit subscribe. Of course, you can't see that because Jen and I are in the lower right-hand corner, but you can hit the subscribe button over here and click on that, and you can contribute to the show for $5 a month if you'd like to do that. We appreciate it very, very much. It helps us keep the doors open. And Jen, because of the fact that that guys that we're so busy. I've been on a Restream account with Blake and Brian that I'm sharing, and I may have to get my own Restream account. So there's expenses like that, things like that. That's what the $5 a month goes to. We appreciate it very much when you guys subscribe to the channel. Also, please do not forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, over at cbdgurus.com, where they've got all kinds of CBD and THC based products for your health. Go to the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN and get this week's specials. And Matt and Lucas over there, Matt will send you, if you buy some stuff, Matt will send you some free currency, some Bolivar, and some dinar and things like that he's got. The dude has a lot of currency. But this week's specials are the Miracle Gold, Delta 8 gummies, sleep gummies, wonderful, help you sleep, and all kinds of stuff. The pain cream, I could maybe use a little bit of that right now. And the Lotion 2000, which is wonderful stuff for your skin. Again, pet oil, all kinds of cool products for everybody in your family. The CBDgurus.com. And, Dee, I want to thank Dee for taking me out to dinner on Monday night. I had a steak dinner with a couple of folks from the Telegram channel. And she didn't know much about the Bolivar. Go get some Bolivar, Dee. Also, please do not forget to visit our other wonderful sponsors, MikeBarraPets.com, where you can get all kinds of absolutely cool mushroom-based supplements and healing products for yourselves and for your pets, your dogs, your cats, your horsies, and yourself. Hit the shop now button. Slide on in there. Check out all the products. Barkley is taking Mush Puppy and Mojos. He's doing great. He's like a puppy, and he's 11 years old. We've got the special sauce or the super sauce for dogs and cats, the Pet Balm, Chill Dog, a new product if your dog gets upset. But Barkley had an anxiety attack the other day, and I wish we could have had some Chill Doggies. I didn't have any in the house. Mush Ponies for the horses, great supplement for your horses, all based on Coriolis versicolor and reishi mushroom and deer antler extract powders and things like that. Very, very natural, very, very good stuff. And for people, you've got the Enforce Plus, the Enforce Clarity, the Enforce Restore, the Enforce Shield gummies. You've got all kinds of great products for your health as a human being. Send an email to Diana at MikeBarraPets@gmail.com. That's in the description. She's an absolutely wonderful person. She's a certified pet nutritionist, and she can tell you her own personal story about fighting the big C with these exact mushroom-based products. That's why she wanted to be a part of getting them out to people, because it saved her life. Absolutely wonderful stuff. They got starter packs. They've got chocolates. They've got coffee. They've got all kinds of cool stuff. Pick it up and talk to Kristen, too. Kristen had some serious health problems that just went away when she started taking these. Really great stuff. The way they used to heal you naturally. Also, please don't forget to hit the ACN family of companies, link in the description. Especially pick up the look at the Impact Health Share if you need health insurance. If you don't like the health insurance you have, if you want health insurance at a third of the cost, go to any doctor you want. Every doctor takes it. Go to Impact Health Sharing, watch the videos, read through the information, get a quote. They're wonderful, wonderful people, and I'm really proud to be associated with them. And one more thing before we get to Jen. The Legal Shield is coming on board now as going to be coming on board as a new sponsor. They're absolutely wonderful folks over there. I signed up. They have great plans to protect you. One's $37 a month, one's $30 a month, one's $60 a month. Very, very inexpensive stuff. If you get pulled over by a cop, you just pop them up on the app, you load it up, you get your lawyer, you give them a call, and you say, here, talk to my lawyer, officer. I got the Gun Rider. It's only an extra $15 a month. So if I have to use my gun in self-defense, or maybe I have to defend Barkley from another dog that's attacking him or something like that, guess what? I have a link directly to a lawyer who specializes in the gun laws in the state of Nevada where I live. That's amazing stuff for about $65 a month. That's all I'm going to pay. They'll do wills. They do living trusts. They do all kinds of cool stuff. LegalShield.com is coming. And Jen, finally, I'm done talking. Why don't you tell us what's going on over at Jennifer.com this week?
Well, if you'd like to purchase a reading or get a healing, You can go to jenniferfalaw.com. If you'd like to give a donation, that is a love button right there. Also, you can use that to combine services. If you'd like to buy more than one thing, just enter the amount. Email me after every purchase so that you can schedule or receive. If you'd like to get my classes and learn to do what I do, you can scroll down here on the website and pick those up. Email me after. I will send them to you. Right now, we have a medical reading. I always say we. I don't know why, but I have a medical reading. And that includes a free healing with that. If you'd like to get that, that is a special combo deal right now. Also, Susan Gretz and Marcy Howell are listed on my website. They do not work for me. I do not have anything to do with their scheduling. You can purchase a service from them there. Email them after their email is in the write-up. Go to jenniferfalaw.com today.
All right. That is what is going on over at jenniferfalaw.com. Bang. Let's get the news going. Get my news banner if I can ever find it. I've got to reorganize this. So, top. There we go. Breaking news. All right. Let's get the breaking news. All right. Essentially, everything in the news and rumor information stuff that's out there, it's all, there's two opposing viewpoints. I wouldn't say opposing, but they're both two viewpoints. Basically, there's one group of people giving information that say the dinar is going to revalue imminently, like today, overnight, tomorrow. There's another group that says not until after the inauguration. And some people are saying hours after the inauguration, minutes after the inauguration, weeks after the inauguration. We do not know what that means. So we have these two factions that have two different perspectives. So I want to give you what I heard, what I've gone through contacts today. Now, first of all, I want to remind everybody, I don't have any contacts in Iraq. I know people who I trust very, very much who do. And when I say it's from Iraq or they're saying this in Iraq, this is stuff that's coming from that contact who does have reliable contacts in Iraq. All right. They're saying tonight. They're saying today. They're saying Tuesday, Wednesday. They're saying we don't care about your global currency reset. We don't care about your inauguration, and we don't care who your president is. We're going to go when we're going to go, and we are ready to go right now. People have brought up, doesn't matter that their prime minister, al-Sudani, or president, or wherever he is out of the country. He's in Britain right now. He just negotiated a $12 billion oil deal, which really isn't all that big a deal. In London, the answer is no, it doesn't matter. That is a formality. It doesn't matter whether he's in the country or out of the country. They can go when they want to go. Others are saying, no, it's not quite tonight. It's more Thursday, Friday. Because on Friday, they announce a new rate. They'll be able to put it in their, announce it in their mosques at midnight on their Friday, which is actually our Thursday, which would make it tomorrow. So again, given this is a 24-hour planet, it takes on basically when we say today, tonight, tomorrow, it's basically almost a 36-hour window. So, if we call that and it happens, then we're right. Now, there's other people saying, no, it's not till the 21st. I think Mark is on that page. Jen is giving you her Gentel? Tail, huh? You know what I'm thinking about, Jen. We discussed a problem.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I've got it on my mind anyway.
Like, don't freak me out.
One bond person, one bond contact says they're getting paid tomorrow. That's through the Iraqi source. Another bond contact says, nope, not until Tuesday after the inauguration. So again, this is an example. I've got two bond sources. One says one thing, one says the other. They're both kind of in conflict. I would say it's 75-25 at this point in terms of probability. 25% probability it's today, tonight, tomorrow. 75% probability it goes through to the 21st. Although I don't think the reasons being given for it going to the inauguration are necessarily valid, because Joe Biden had his last press conference yesterday, he had his last discussion on foreign policy, and basically he's just sitting around. He's not the president right now. So if it happened, it's not like he would get credit for it. Also, the exchanges can happen in private. So if we had a week of exchanges starting tomorrow or 10 days of exchanges, it would look like it all happened under Trump anyway. So this idea that you have to wait before, so Biden doesn't get any credit for it. Well, Biden's not going to get credit for it. It's too late in the game now. The game is over. Literally where we are in terms of this administration is there's 36 seconds left in the football game. You have a 40-second play clock, and the ref just put the ball down and said, roll the clock. In other words, there's less time left in the game. There's no time. They don't even need to run another play. So the game's over. And it's just simply a question of when will it actually happen? But everybody is in agreement that it's imminent. So what they could possibly be waiting for, I don't know. Maybe Jen knows. I can't imagine what they could be waiting for. You may as well just go ahead and pull the trigger on it. Texas Snake came out last night and said that the dinar was on the Forex last night, and he is talking to bankers who are looking at the banker screens, which are different than yours and mine. You cannot go on the Forex app or the Forex in public and see the new rate right now. It's not showing publicly, because this is what we're discussing. What we're talking about is when the event happens, it's a public revelation of the new rate. Okay. So it's not in public yet. So it's not going to be on any of those sites. Texas Snake said he got 419. I found that interesting because TNT Tony reported on Monday that he had a guy in Iraq that had to exchange, was basically told he had to exchange his currency when he got into the country, which is a little weird, but he gave 491. Now, Jen has previously given you 391. So it could be, Jen, that they bumped it up by $1 or something between the time you got that 2 or 3 weeks ago and now. So these things are happening.
Well, a bank screen rate is going to be different than a public street rate.
So this is apparently a public street rate. It was something he exchanged supposedly at the airport. I just find it interesting that one guy got 419 and one guy got 491. I think that's connected somehow. I don't know exactly how. So the only last thing I got out of Iraq is that they say it is, quote, more than done. It literally is done and over. My response to that is always, why am I not at the bank? Why am I not shopping for my new 3-bedroom house that Jen says I get to have?
Because you're not in Iraq.
Why am I not doing it? So let's get this done. Let's get this rolling. Jen, that's what I got. Did you get any Gentel updates or anything you want to talk about? Or do you just
not really. I just wanted to say that, everyone's talking about Texas Snake, but you already said it, that he's seeing, he said that his bankers saw the rate. Okay, so that's on the bank screen. So if you have like a 391 in-country rate, then the bank screens are going to be, showing a higher rate. That's a step up. And then we go to the redemption center, and that's a agreed upon rate.
Yeah.
Much higher than that.
Yeah.
So we could see something around $3-4, and then the bank screen rates could go as high as 7 something, like has been discussed, and then we could get to the exchange appointment and get the 16. I've been hearing all the rumors. Still 2 stories circulating. I'm still leaning towards our notifications for us right after maybe not immediately, but after the inauguration. The story about they don't want Biden to take credit for anything, though, that's the only thing we'd have to worry about that with is going to gold. Okay, for the United States, to save us from when the other countries raise their values or their rates and ours stays the same and everything crashes. Okay, so we still need to be on the lookout for that. I could understand how they would want Trump at the helm in office if that should happen so that he can immediately take care of it. Now, if that
Mhm.
would have happened too early and Biden sat around and drooled and didn't do anything and just let everything go to hell, that would be a problem. And I can see where if it had happened earlier, they would come in with the military and do all that, and just so that they could save us all. And Grassley came out. So I don't even know where we're at
Yeah.
with the story now, with the decisions that have been made. I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know.
Yeah, what's the plan? I mean, that's the thing. What's the
I
plan
don't
right
know.
now? Are we going to have a market crash? And then, because the thing is, Jen, it's really interesting to me is that if you're going to bring in a new system, gold-backed currency, it seems like you have to have a staged event. You have to have some sort of economic concern to justify that. But I may be wrong. Oh, another thing. I'm sorry. Another thing that I forgot to mention is that these sources are also saying that the U.S. Treasury notes are today or tomorrow, Thursday at the latest, that the banks are gonna start issuing them. So how do they do all that? Like, so what's the plan? Or do you see that we're gonna have any kind of crisis or a fake crisis?
Well, the
I mean,
banks might have the treasury notes, and they probably have the okay, everybody's got the money for when
Mhm.
this happens, and we're ready to go. Okay, we're ready for people to come in here and exchange their foreign currency or their we're ready for people to come in with their dollars and exchange them, whenever
Temper.
that's ready. So that's probably misinterpreted. You can't do something like that without a public announcement.
Yeah.
Um, because people are gonna be like,
Well, that's the thing. You got to say, oh, well, this crisis can be averted. We'll just go to gold, and here's your new money. But there's got to be some spacing in there, right? It can't be this like,
right,
oh, it happens on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we have new money, gold back currency. Oh, we just happen to have this
yeah,
stuff lying
poof,
around. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And then,
So,
then the questions start coming all over the news, like, well, why is it in the banks? How does this planned all along? Why weren't we notified about what's happening?
mhm, mhm.
Um, and they're not going to handle it like that.
Yeah.
In the public eye,
So,
you have to give people notice. You have to,
well,
want to avoid panic.
I think we got that question last week or last Monday. Do they, do you see any kind of crisis, any financial crisis that's used as a cover for this? Do you still see that happening? A blackout, martial law, any of that stuff in the next week?
Well, it looks like we got a stock market event. I'm not. No, I'm not going to put on. I'm not going to put a timeline on this. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, but I think that's the first thing that happens is the stocks start crashing because somebody revalued, and then boom, somebody else revalues, and
Mm.
somebody else revalues, somebody else revalues,
Oh,
and then
yeah, that's
everything's
right.
going in the toilet.
That's right. That's right. We discussed that before.
And that's when the announcement comes up. And I keep flip flopping back and forth between Grassley at the podium and Trump at the podium in the Rose Garden. So things I saw long ago.
Hmm.
So I don't know if they've decided how to handle this. We're just gonna have to take it one day at a time right now and see how this goes.
Yeah, because that's right. Because Iraq revalues, and then Vietnam follows that, and then the dollar starts to slip against those currencies, and it slips
Mhm.
against other gold-backed currencies. And meantime, in the background, Zimbabwe's revaluing and everything's going.
But it would
All right.
make sense if
We have to respond to that.
we don't
Then we
want
have to
something like
respond.
that to happen when Biden's in office. That story that came out because he won't handle it right.
Well, that's the thing. But here's the thing. I think if you want it to happen when Biden's in office, like let's say Sunday night, after the football games are over, the Dow futures start to slip because Iraq announces their new valuation, and everybody starts going, well, wait a minute. What's the value of the US dollar then? And so the dollar begins to slip overnight. Trump is inaugurated on Monday, and he immediately has to deal with this crisis as soon as he gets in office. Well, how is he going to deal with that? Well, we're going to go to we're going to match, because if Iraq and Vietnam and Saudi Arabia and these other countries all start going to these gold-backed currencies, it could create that crisis almost overnight. So you want it to happen on Biden's watch. So it's clearly established that it's his fault. And then Trump comes in with a solution. That's why we hired the guy. Nope.
Mm-mm. Just don't see that. I feel like it all starts coming down next week after, and I wouldn't put a time period on, but I just did. But I feel like he gets inaugurated.
Mm-hmm. Before all this happens?
Before the public crashes and the public, announcements that the other countries have revalued and everything starts going in the toilet. That's all I'm getting right now.
Okay.
A little head shy on this topic, but I don't know. It just feels like the decisions the story has changed. The plan has changed so many times. And recently it's just been like on the fly. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so that's where we get all these stories circulating.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's going to happen, before the inauguration. It's going to happen after the inauguration. It's because they keep changing their mind, or they keep saying, well, okay, all right, do it now. No, let's do it then. It'll work out better then. So it's hard to read right now.
Yep. Okay, guys, there are about 1,800 of you guys in the live stream, almost 1,900 of you guys in the live stream today. Thank you very much for being here. We do appreciate each and every one of you. And all we try to do is bring you the truth as we see it, as we understand it, and as we speculate that it is. So this is not financial advice, but I do want to go back and emphasize that Larry says XRP touched $3 and still hanging close to that number. That's good. Remember, Mel Carmine on the interview that I did, which is on Real News Live with Mike and Jen, the Rumble channel, and is also on MikeBear.blogspot.com. You can go watch it there. Mel did predict that after Trump gets inaugurated, within a week or so, XRP he thinks can go to $20. But this is not financial advice. I will just tell you, I have some of it. I'm going to continue to get it and acquire it. I might acquire some more. Actually, it's probably a good idea to acquire some more. Got to check my bank account first, but I'd like to get 1,000 XRP, and seems like I better have done that already.
Wow. Well, it's at like 293 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw another $50 at it.
Yeah, I mean,
this is like the currency thing with me now.
Yeah.
I'll throw another $50.
Yeah, Oh, and by the way,
$5.
also link in the description. You can pick up a Ledger Nano S wallet, hardware wallet. I've got almost all my crypto stored on this. It's a USB flash drive. It's impregnable. You can't get into it. And links in the description. And if you sign up and buy one, guess what? You get $10 of free Bitcoin. I get $10 of free Bitcoin. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Not 10 Bitcoins, $10 of free Bitcoins. Okay, Jen, shall we go to the new questions and just see what everyone wants to talk about? And remind everybody that your question must include your real name and the name of the person, pet, or entity that you are asking about if you know it. That's very important. And because of you guys over there on Rumble that pay $5 a month to support the show, you get to go first. So we're going to slide over there first, get your questions up and running and ready to go. Let me pop the chat out. Pop out chat. Share that tab instead. Our configuration going and get going with the questions. Jen, about how long do we have for questions today?
That's a good question. Let's see. I have a reading at 11:30.
Okay, so we're good. It's our usual time. All right. DB Young says, happy Wednesday to all, especially Mike and Jen. Only days away from till freedom sets in. Yeah, we're getting there. 5 days. 5 days. $5 a month. Donald Trump gets in. Mrs. Diane, why? How far will Jay and I drive to go for our appointment when the day happens?
35, 40 miles
Yeah.
or minutes.
Those
Either one.
are kind of odd questions. I don't get why that's a big deal, but I guess it is to some people. If you live in a rural area, I guess, there's going to be a lot of redemption centers. So, Super Dave, aka Pork Chop. Hey, Dave, we love you, man. Oh, that's for Gary 7. Okay, that's not really a question, Dave, but how you doing? Cat's Island says, good morning, Mike and Jen. This is Catalina. Jen, is my mom Maria still in her wheelchair because of PTSD from her fall a year ago, or is there a neurological issue? Didn't you ask this question on Monday, Kat? Didn't we go over this? I thought we went over this, but go ahead.
No, are you having deja vu? Because that's good.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. What we did?
I'm just kidding. Never mind. I don't remember that question. If she's still in her wheelchair or not.
She's asking if she's got PTSD or if she's got a really.
She's asking if she's still in her wheelchair. Yes.
No, she's asking, is she still in her wheelchair because of PTSD from her fall, or is there a neurological issue?
There is a neurological issue. And it's running all the way down the back, kind of like through the sciatic nerve, down the back of the leg. There's a weakness there, like a disconnect.
Okay.
She's afraid she's going to fall.
Yeah. And she's afraid she's going to fall. Okay. Cassandra, Little Ray Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, what can I address to amplify my conscious channeling connection? And with this, which spiritual community will advance my soul more? Crystal Psychic or Cheryl, who's an Akashic? Okay, so she's got two friends, apparently. Crystal, who's a psychic, and Cheryl, who's into the Akashic book records and stuff. Which one is better for her to, advance her skill sets there?
I'd go with the Akashic records because it's going to tell you more about your path, where you've been, where you're going.
Yeah.
It's kind of a deeper look into the soul path. I think that would be better.
Yeah. Deborah, little $5 a month subscriber, Little Ray Castle, says, well, they finally revealed that JFK Jr. is alive.
Alive? No.
They're not going to say that JFK Jr. is alive. Okay.
I don't think so. But they're going to reveal what happened.
Okay. In other words, that he didn't die in a plane crash in 1999. They're going to say that. Wow. Is the truth about Vincent Fusca, whatever it is that ever going to be put out there, or is that just going to be left off in the crazy train?
Gabriel just said I can't comment on that.
Okay, can't comment. That means it's going to be good. All right, Kayla wants to know what part of the country she will be buying acreage in. North, south, east, west. Kayla.
I'm in the Midwest.
Midwest. Okay, there you go. Where it's freezing cold. Jan says, will we purchase the house at 505 South Travis Street in Missouri after the RV?
You will purchase a house, but that is not it.
The thing is, guys, Dave Barra was getting really down yesterday because he had a house that he really liked up in a beautiful golf course community up the street here, not a couple miles away. And it's got an offer on it. And so he's been watching it for a couple months. It's like, guys, you can't do that. I look at houses. Oh, I'd love to have that. Oh, I'd love to have that. I look at condos, but don't get attached to them because it's like nobody knows when this is going to happen. We hope, we think, we pray, we believe. A week from now, we're going to be in the after part of this. We're going to be thinking about, wow, what am I going to do with all this? That's what we hope. But you can't, don't get attached to anything you don't have yet.
And if you're in an area where it snows, I know that up here in North Idaho, they take everything off the market in the winter. So there's not a lot available right now. So the girls and I'll just have to wait until spring when they put everything back up. But my favorite house isn't on the market anymore. I don't know what happened with that, if it's sold, or I'll have to go look. But
Get another favorite house if that happens, right, guys? I have a favorite house. It's not there anymore. Go get another one. Cool Raul says, good morning, Mike and Jennifer. Will Marcia and I stay together? Raul and Marcia.
yeah, I told you a long time ago that this thing with you and her is a back and forth kind of thing, and so it will go forth again. Because you ask me that quite often, I think.
Yeah, I had one of those back and forth, and it was exciting. It was fun.
You guys need to learn to communicate without raising your voice or getting personally offended. I mean, you really need to learn to communicate, and it would eliminate a lot of the problem.
Yeah, back and forth is just one of those things. Okay, Lucy wants to know if her daughter Jackie, Jakki, is going to get a job or some financial relief anytime soon.
Four to 6 weeks with the job for her. Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay. Karen wants to know whether her son Brandon will get on his feet financially soon.
Carol?
Karen.
Karen.
Brandon's going to get on his feet financially soon.
You're going to have to push that one like out of the nest for that to happen. I mean, I don't know. He needs a major push to get it into gear.
I remember when I was having issues with my stepson, and I had a friend, and she kind of kicked her son out, and she goes, "You think they're gonna die, and they just don't. So go ahead and kick them out. Let them figure out life on their own. That's great for them." Okay, Norman Siegel asks, Little Red Castle, $5 month subscriber, says, I'm a health intuitive. I receive info as a sense of knowing. I would love to get info from other senses, vision, hearing, etc. Any help with getting there would be appreciated. Well, Jen, it seems to me that you have a class available on jenniferflaw.com that might help Norman with that quite a bit. Is that correct?
It's very rare, the medical intuitive thing. But I could help you with that, yes, and it's private sessions.
Private sessions or the classes or both would be great, right?
What really opened that up for me was doing the healings in the meditation, because then I was able to see the problem, and doing that so much, then I was able to see outside with Jesus. Of course, can't do anything without him. But yeah, if you're going to come to me, that's how I'm going to teach you how to do it, that with him. So if you don't like that, probably won't be as effective.
Okay. All right. Next question is, let me get it up there. Carissa says, I just received information from Ledger that the Delphi mainnet network that many of us hold our ether on from NewGen is now defunct. Have we lost our ether currency? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them.
I never liked that whole deal.
Yeah, they will. I would go over to Patriot Venture Chat on Telegram. Those are the guys that sponsored our show and got me into it and got everybody into it. I would ask them, because they're the ones who should know, all those folks over there. Okay.
So just a little, give you a little hope about the RV. And I'm not trying to bash anybody, but this is true. When that came around, I had a bad feeling about it. I didn't get involved.
Yep.
The RV, though, I've had a good feeling about.
Mm-hmm.
And got involved even after I was giving you information on it. It was after that. But I've had a good feeling about it all this time. But if something comes around and I really feel like it's not a good investment, or it's not going to pay out, or I get any kind of vibe like that, I don't get involved in things like that.
Yeah.
So that should tell you that one way or another, the RV is going to go through.
Okay, and there's people asking about, is there any truth to the rumors that Trump is going to be publicly assassinated at some point here and is going to leave for good and disappear? Yeah, I don't
Fear.
think so. Last thing we talked about is you said Trump's probably going to serve 12 years when it's all over, right? Amy wants to know, Little Red Castle, $5 subscriber. Amy wants to know if her mother Martha has any messages for her.
She says you're being consistent, and she's proud of that. Apparently, it's something that she was.
Yeah, I wish I could be more consistent with my New Year's resolution, which I have not given up on yet. John Brewer wants to know if you see him getting a 23-acre home soon.
It's more acreage than that.
It's bigger than that. That's cool. Ron Davidoff. I still want to call you Davidoff. Says, does February still work for a med bed for me and mine? I don't know, Ron. You're pretty damn healthy when I met you. I don't know what you need a bed for, buddy. You're like, cut.
It's more like March.
More like March. Scott wants to know if his son, Austin, will move back to Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Cass 348. I don't know your real name, but wants to know, she wants to know if RSO will help with their chronic back pain. I've got to get your name.
RSO.
RSO. Yeah.
It helps some.
Paul says he just finished a course of antibiotics and still has a lot of clear mucus in his lungs. What should he do? I guess he's looking for info,
expectorant.
Michelle says, after the RV, do you see me staying in California or moving out of state?
You stay.
Cool. It was Michael who asked about the RSO. Frederica, $5 Rumble Rat. Thank you, Frederica. With my humanitarian projects, which does Jesus think is more helpful? Tiny homes for people in need worldwide, animal rescue, or both? I'm excited for mini animals with the rescues. Tiny homes, mini animals? Sounds like a wonderful life.
For you, the rescue, the animal rescue is better suited for you. It's a better project for you.
Ron making a joke about how the patches are making me frisky. No, they're actually not, Ron. I'm not getting much out of these patches, but I'll have to buy some of my own and try them. Diana says, I have the worst migraine today with vomiting. What's the cause? That sounds terrible. She can't get out of bed.
Diana?
Yeah, Diana.
It's your neck.
Neck's out of alignment.
It's making you dizzy. It's like
I got a horrible knot in my back. I got to go to the chiropractor as soon as it shows over. I'm going straight to get an adjustment.
It's really the pain and the dizziness from something out of place or something pinching something that's making you nauseous.
Farmer 10968 says, I signed up for alerts from xrates.com and I got an email today that said the US dollar and Zim are equal. That's encouraging. Now you got to be careful because it's been showing an exchange rate of 0.03 of a cent till today, 300s thousandths of a cent until today. That's great. You got to be careful whether that's the new Zim that's gold backed or the old Zim. But that could be an indication that the US dollar is moving down against other currencies, which would be what we're looking for. Debbie wants to know if her bonds are going to be very lucrative or do I have fakes or any other issues? Debbie with 1B.
I think you have a couple fakes in there. Mostly you're good.
Joanne wants to know if she'll be having lunch with Angela by the end of the week of the 20th.
I think she does agree to have lunch. Um, I'm hoping you contacted her or sent an email or something, because that's what I'm getting. I think she does agree. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so I'm not sure about the timeline on that, but I do see her agreeing to have a lunch with you. I know what you're talking about.
Linda
Sneaky girl.
is sorry. Linda
She's
is
sneaky.
worried. Go ahead and finish.
I'm done.
Okay. Linda's worried if her currency is fake, any of it's fake or real, and where she can get a crypto hard wallet. Again, Linda, it's called a Ledger Nano S. There's a link in the description of this video on YouTube and on Rumble. Just click on the link. One up. It's about $90 with shipping. So it's a great little device. And you can hire Zester to help you work out how to do everything. Zester will walk you through it. It's great at that.
I think you're fine with what you have.
Dr. Sarah wants to know if the money from the exchange is put in the bank as the new treasury note, or will we get some money in fiat? We had that discussion before. We looked for a while.
It depends on when they do this. If you want money immediately, I think that's where you get a certain percentage of it, and you can, and that is like, so it goes in the treasury account as notes.
Yeah. Letitia says her kitty Bella has been sneezing a lot. Wants to know if she's sick or she got allergies.
It's the dust from the litter.
Oh. Get new litter.
I have noticed that my cat will get the drippy eyes when I use a litter that has the baking soda in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I use that. Interesting. Some litters like Costco has these big 35-pound litters, but they're super dusty, and so I don't use it. I spend a little more.
I get the scoop away from Costco, and he doesn't seem to have a problem with that.
Good. Debbie wants to know Michigan or Wyoming after the RV.
You go searching for land in Wyoming.
Cheryl wants to know if her son Shane will be having any children. I had a cousin named Shane. So
One.
Okay. Doug says he had a good friend named QQ who recently passed. Does she have any messages for him? Doug looking for his friend QQ.
I'm okay. Immediately. She's listing off names that she's with. All these people she's with. I'm not hearing that. So she's okay.
There's a lot of people up there. Okay, Cindy wants to know about her grandson Waylon, who's 8. He's got pneumonia. I think we've talked about him before. Wants to know if you would please help his recovery quicken. Well, I'm sure Jen can do a healing on him.
Send me an email or I will forget. And a picture, first and last name.
Okay. Jan wants to know if Dave is going to go into treatment.
Not yet.
Mary wants to know. Mary says her children, Lindsay and TJ, their father, Tom, was found deceased on 1/6/25. She just wants to know if he passed quickly.
If he what?
If he passed quickly. Was it really his time to go, is how she's putting it.
It was really quick. There was really no time to call for help or anything.
Evie Michelle wants to know North Little Rock or Maumelle?
Little Rock.
Little Rock. Super Dave, aka Pork Chop, a $50 Rumble rent. Thank you,
Thank
Dave.
you.
You are a rock star. Do you see me going to Thailand late summer solo again, or taking someone with, like Mike or someone else? The lady boys scare me, Dave. I don't know if
I totally got that, Dave.
I don't know.
Um,
Thailand.
I know she's such a flirt.
You're never sure if you're dealing with a real girl or not in Thailand.
You just.
I don't want to do a crying game thing, you know. Don't want to be there.
You choose to go somewhere else.
Instead of Thailand. Okay.
Mhm.
Philippines is a great place to find a wife from everything I hear. They're much more traditional girls there. Janice wants to know, will I get the house at 10580? Trying not to get excited. The colors and the numbers seem right. 10580.
I do believe it'll be available when you're ready.
Go. Lucy says nothing says you can't go knock on a door and offer the homeowner a buyout they can't refuse. That's true if you're really hooked on a house. But me, you know, Jen, it's interesting. I will probably get a landing spot house. I mean, I'm okay here, but I'd probably get a bachelor pad or a landing spot house here in Vegas. But then, you know, after that, I want a custom home. I want everything, like, I want to build a brand new place that's exactly what I want, right? Doesn't that make more sense? We'll get
It
hooked
does.
on
It's just a long process, and it's
Yeah.
more involved than you think.
Yeah.
My parents built their home on 140 acres up in Kokolala, and that took forever. But you know,
Yeah.
if you're like a billionaire, what you do is you go and get with a high-end international realty, like they've got Tomlinson over here. I just go down to Coeur d'Alene downtown and go in there and say, hey, this is what I want. You know, I like this house and this house and this house and this house. Go and see if you can make them an offer.
You know what my house is going to have? One thing that's really important to me is all my closets, all my walk-in closets, they're going to have skylights. They're going to have natural light in them. I don't know why that's important to me, Jen, but it really is.
I hate natural light. It's like fluorescent light. Like when you're getting dressed, it makes you look like shit. Oh, sorry.
Well, I hate fluorescent light. I want natural light. I want sunshine.
It's always like fluorescent lighting when you go to buy a bathing suit too. And I'm like, you know what? If you people were smart, we'd have candlelight in here.
Yeah.
And you'd be selling all kinds of bathing suits. But
Robin Joe wants to know if she's going to be able to get a ranch soon. Let all of you who have the RV, who have currency, should be able to get the house of your dreams soon. We just don't know when, but we feel like it's soon. We feel positive it's soon. So, but anyway, Robin Joe wants to know if she's going to be getting a ranch soon.
I feel like you're in it like late summer.
Okay. Lisa wants to know if her friend Barbara's husband, Reg, has a message for her. Barbara's husband, Reg, does he have a message for Barbara? Which Lisa will
Who's the
pass on.
person asked? So Lisa asked.
Yeah. Lisa asked. Barbara is the lady, and
So
the
jump to
husband was
Barbara.
Reg. Yeah, he passed away unexpectedly a couple years ago.
I know you're listening to me. You are hearing me.
Tina is looking at 2 lots in Westlake Village. She's thinking of building her dream home in those 2 combined lots. Is that a good idea? Tina D.
It doesn't work out.
Holly says, how soon do you see med beds being accessed for the people that really need them?
Like publicly, takes a little longer than the initial free passes. Right now, I'm starting to see the first appointments for that is in March, and it continues on throughout the summer.
Chris Loeb, Loeb, says his brother's getting results of a biopsy today. Will he need further treatment? It would really help, Chris, if you gave us his name too. That's what the sign is.
What's the person's name?
Chris Loeb,
Chris
Loeb.
Loeb.
Will his brother's biopsy? Will he need further treatment?
What I'm getting is they don't find anything bad. They're unsure of it, and so they're like, well, let's take another biopsy over here.
Okay. Melissa wants to know. She says she has pain in her rib area for about 5 years. Any idea what the problem is? Doctors can't find anything.
It's almost like pleurisy. It's really, I think it's coming from the back. So it's almost like where the lung or whatever separates from the muscle or the muscle. Have that looked at.
Okay. Kitty says her best friend Cindy passed on January 4th. Does she have any messages for her? Funeral was yesterday. That's Kitty, Kitty, wants to know if her friend Cindy has any messages for her.
She says she's at peace. She's relieved.
Good. All right, let's go to the Rumble side or the YouTube side of the house, see what's going on. Chrissy Crazy Legs says, hello, Mike and Jen. My name is Christina. My daughter Melissa has not felt good for too long now. Can you see the problem?
She has a reoccurring infection, a low-grade infection in the body.
Yeah, Linda's telling everybody that YouTube didn't like Monday's show. I'm banned on it right now. One of the YouTube channels didn't. Remember, there's 3 YouTube channels, Mike Barra II or 2, Mike Barra 3, and Mike Barra 333. And there's also the Rumble channel, Real News Live with Mike and Jen, which we'd rather have you over there anyway, because we actually can monetize Rumble a little bit. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. I should go back and see how many followers we actually have.
I don't know what we could have said if we were talking about I've been doing medical readings forever.
Yeah, maybe something political. I don't know. Maybe I haven't gone and looked. I'll go look. There's probably going to be a message there as to what the issue is. I just want all the YouTube executives to walk the plank. Question for Jennifer. I just finished a course of antibiotics and I still have oh yeah, that's Paul. You already asked that question. Okay. Guys are tricking me. They're doing it on both sides. Bretzer says, I'm afraid that if they say we have to wait for Trump to be in, then they will say it needs to look like it's Trump's plan. And for that, they have to put it off to okay, I don't get the question. But yeah, I know. We're all concerned about that. And we should be. Because it's been one excuse after another. But hopefully this time they're serious about doing it. Looks like red dye number 3 just got banned from food. Okay, no more red M&Ms. That's too bad. Sleepy Joe's giving his farewell speech tonight. Guess who's not going to watch it? This guy.
It'd just be good TV if he passed out at the end, but
Let's go,
that's just a little suggestion in the suggestion box.
Yeah. Okay. They need to flood DC with holy water. It's interesting because they did flood DC back in 21, 22. And that's one of the things that Simon, where Simon used to have credibility when he used to talk to people. He said, tomorrow they're going to flood all the tunnels in Washington, DC. And guess what? The next day, it was like a Gentel thing. The next day, all of the sewers, all of the gutters were all backed up in Washington, DC. So...
He's getting a lot of anger from Simon. I don't know if he just couldn't handle the backlash or I don't know.
Yeah, he's I think he probably feels set up, because they never followed through with what they told him. So, but I don't think he has contacts anymore. That was back when he used to have contacts. So, oh yeah, Mike Mick is saying they just banned Red Dye 3. Too little, too late. Exactly. There's a post going around that the clone Trump will be assassinated on the 19th at the rally.
Are you doing a show with Augie Noss tonight?
Yeah.
We get-
Yeah, with the boys. Yeah.
Augie Nost.
Oh, you're doing a show with Augie Noss.
No, I'm doing that on the 23rd. He just messaged me and said, it looks like I'm on with Mike Barrett tonight.
Oh, Whiskey
But
and
if
Wisdom?
I've gotten that wrong because I was on the last frequency last week. But he's spelling it Vera. Is there a Mike Vera? I don't know.
No, it's just it's just people B and V sound the same when you're doing dictation, so probably just turn it into a V. Yeah.
Are you scheduled to do anything with him tonight?
No, Whiskey and Wisdom is what we're doing. So he's probably going to be on Whiskey and Wisdom. Mark probably invited him.
Augie Nost?
I don't know.
That'd be a trip. Augie Nost is like universal consciousness guy.
Yeah, I don't know anything
He's
about
awesome.
it. All I do is show up and drink.
Power
whiskey.
of the Mind guy. You want to sit and talk to him about that.
That's all I do.
No, I'm on with him on the 23rd, but he was asking about, did you ask him to do anything or did he ask you to be on the show?
No, I haven't talked. I don't know who it is. I've heard the name. I just never talked to him. So
okay.
Don't know about it. I assume that Mark just invited him to Whiskey and Wisdom.
That's gonna be a trip if that's true.
Yeah. We'll talk a lot of stream of content. Well, there's not going to be any.
Mind.
Well, there go the, if somebody that serious shows up, there goes the leopard jokes. We're not going to do a leopard jokes show tonight. I like the leopard jokes personally.
Leopard jokes. God, you know what?
Did you hear about the leopard hockey game? Yeah, there was a face off in the corner. There was a face off in the corner. Yeah.
Stop.
What did the leopard say to the prostitute?
I think inappropriate things are hilarious. I do, because I grew up in the 80s.
Yeah.
Okay? And we had every kind of, St. Peter and, blonde joke and Pollock jokes and all kinds of jokes.
Yeah, there was the Pollock jokes.
Seriously. No one really thought those things.
Yeah, there was a period in high school where leopard jokes were in. And so I remember just a few of them,
So it's like, people get they get so upset, but I grew up in a time like that where, if it's the more inappropriate it is and wrong it is, the funnier it is. I guess that's not okay anymore.
Well, there's leopard jokes, and then you don't want to get me started on the dead baby jokes. Those were really bad. But
no, that wasn't okay. That was kind of sick. You're sick. I'm
going to tell you off the air.
I've heard every blonde joke known to man. All right.
Yeah.
But I remember the whole time with all the St. Peters, or the walk into a priest and a rabbi and everybody else walks into a bar. There's a million of those.
Yeah. Pollock jokes. How do you get a one-arm Pollock out of a tree? You wave at him. Yeah. Did you hear about the brave Polish soldiers in World War II? They fought against those evil Germans. They would run up and throw sticks of dynamite into the hordes of attacking Huns. The Germans then picked up the dynamite sticks, lit them, and threw them back at the Polacks. Yeah, those are jokes.
We're probably gonna get banned for this. Talking like this, it's not okay anymore. But people used to be able to make jokes.
Yeah.
And not take it seriously. Well, me and my friends used to call each other names all the time, and we never ever thought that they were serious. We'd all laugh.
All humor is criticism. It's laughing at somebody else. Patty says, "Hi, Mike and Jen. Love you guys. My bulldog Woody has been coughing for a few days now. My boxer Rosie is now coughing. Do they have a virus or is it more serious?"
I'd take them both in. Yeah, I think they've caught something.
Take them in and get, again, Jen did this to get the liquid ivermectin. You get a syringe and you just put a couple drops on the back of their neck, on their skin. Make sure it gets on their skin. It's great for them. Jen,
I'm just not sure if they haven't picked up some kind of kennel cough from some dog coming into the yard or coming in contact with somebody's shoes or something. Mm-hmm. It's really contagious.
Trump posted on Truth Social that there was an agreement regarding the hostages in the Middle East. Was he really referring to the currency?
No.
Kimberly Collins wants to know when she's moving to Florida.
Although that might have been some kind of calm.
Yeah, like
or some kind of signal for people over there.
Yeah.
When do I move to Florida? 4 months.
Okay. Denise wants to know when she'll be getting the house in Hunting Valley, Ohio, or is it going to be in Gates, Ohio?
Hunting Valley or Gates. Hunting Valley is more probable. It just depends on timing. Yeah. I think Hunting Valley.
Gary Sevens says, if your girlfriend doesn't like Star Wars puns, you may be looking in Alderaan places.
Dad joke.
Dad joke. Yeah. Jen, will Blue Origin ever launch? And if not, what will happen to the company? Are you looking to sell short on Blue Origin stock or something, Marcus?
What the hell's Blue Origin?
Blue Origin is Jeff Bezos' rocket company, which is so far behind SpaceX, it's laughable.
That's not good.
Blue Origin's not good?
No.
They're not going to blow up William Shatner or something, are they?
No, I just don't think it's good investment. I mean, it's not. I don't give financial advice, but I don't get a good vibe.
Okay. James Foster wants to know if his wife and his RV appointment is going to go smoothly as planned.
Yeah, I see you laughing and smiling, commenting about that was so easy. Yeah.
Gina wants to know, will I be attending the horse auction in February?
Horse auction. Yeah.
Terry wants to know if her late hubby sees her family here on Earth, or is he off on a different journey?
Yes, he can see you.
Phil says he lost his grandma and grandpa this past year. Can you see if they're doing okay or if they have a message for me?
Trying to find him. Trying to find you. Got you. They're fine. They're having fun, actually. Michael's just showing me a scene of them at some kind of get together out in a garden. Very nice.
You know, my dad loved golf, and I did a reading with him once with Denise, and she said, Denise Zach, one of my original pet psychic, and where I really got into psychics, and she said, "Yeah, your dad doesn't play much golf up there. It says it's too easy, so it's not much fun to play golf up there."
I always wondered about my dad with the fishing. He loved fishing. God, the guy lived to fish. Ended up living in Palm Desert. So sad. Anyway.
Yeah.
That was who I would go deep sea fishing with, at least once a year out in San Diego. Mm-hmm. Love that. But I'm like, so how does that go in heaven? Like, you like killing things up there, It's like, no, we just throw it back.
Patty wants to know how long we will have to exchange. I don't think anybody knows. Weeks, months, we don't know. A month, 10 days, don't know. Carol wants to know about her mom, Betty, who passed 26 years ago. Does she have a message?
Carol. I'm okay. Your family is strong. They'll be okay.
Okay. James wants to know why his ankles are itching constantly. Is it something he's eating?
James Foster. It's like psoriasis of some kind. So put something on there. I got to get going.
All right. Yeah, I was just looking to see if there's any other pet questions. Doesn't look like it. All right, guys. Jen says she has to get going, so we will let her go. Do her thing. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you. Jen, any other philosophy shows this week, or are we done for the week?
I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull that off. I've got oh, and I wanted to ask you, so what's going on with the inauguration? Like, what time does that come on for us? Is that like 9 a.m.?
It's noon Eastern, so it will be 9 a.m. So I think Monday we should think about going on an hour early. And
That's what I was thinking. Because
Yeah.
I've got readings from like noon on, and I'm like, God, why did I do that?
yeah.
'Cause- So
So yeah, let's get on the air 10 minutes before 9 and go for a half an hour.
can we
40
stream
minutes.
that without it breaking
Yes,
up?
we can stream that. We can stream that off the internet, off YouTube or something, and comment on it as it happens.
Awesome, let's do that. Who wants to come to that?
Yeah, that's
Invite
the
your
plan for the
friends.
show on Monday. We appreciate that.
Mhm.
All right, guys, you guys have a great Wednesday. It could happen tonight. I mean, again, I've got 25% it's happening in the next 24 hours, and I've got 75% it's happening by Monday or Tuesday when Trump gets elected, or right after Monday when Trump gets inaugurated. So we don't know. It just feels like it's really close. Everybody, though, whether they're on in one faction or the other, agrees it's happening in the next week. Let's hope they're right for
Mhm.
once, because we don't know, but we hope they are.
I don't think I've
Thanks for
gotten
being
anything
here.
else.
I'll see you tonight on Whiskey and Wisdom, tomorrow on Strictly Football with Brian and Jim Mitchell. I lost my shirt last week betting on football games. I'm not going to make that mistake this week. I'm going to bet just one game because I'm really sure of. All right. Love you guys.